Hello, welcome. No, we have not forgotten you. It is us from Drakenmemoria. Yay! What is Drakenmemoria, you may ask? Well, it's Dungeons and Dragons, or more specifically, a group of people playing Dungeons and Dragons. So if this is not something you want to watch, I'm tired of this eventuality. So I'm not gonna talk about it tonight. There. How's that feel? However, if you're actually here because you want to watch us, whoa, Remy, your resolution is way up, way high up. Yeah. Your resolution has increased. Did you buy a new camera?
No.
Okay. Well, you got a good resolution tonight.
It's the lighting.
I mean, I did adjust the light in here because I
Okay.
realized it's like, oh, I suddenly look really white. Like whiter than normal.
Okay. Well, okay. And we have someone who is afraid of dying tonight. Audience gave a donation to the god of the ND. Right.
Someone really doesn't want to fight a beholder.
No. I gave a little. As I said, I felt like that one was timely.
Yeah, I know. It's. I understand your reticence to fight a beholder, but I just thought that maybe you'd like to fight a classic, you know. So
I want to fight a beholder, just not a buff beholder right now in this situation where there's two other beholders and more things.
you mean you don't you think you don't you're not gonna like having to kill a beholder in 4 rounds, otherwise there's 2 more coming in?
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. Well, you
I
know.
don't think we have the damage output for that.
Well, it depends
We'd
on...
have to roll a lot of crits.
Yeah.
And roll well on our damage
It,
dice.
it depends on Fisher's and audience critical strikes. Well,
Yeah.
maybe Remy. So finally, the only one that we don't care about the critical strike is... Alright, so...
Hey, actually, his give the rest of us advantage, so that's
Yeah.
actually not entirely true.
Alright, so we already have combinations. Tobiyashi, you should always be near Fisher, because when you strike, you give advantage, so he can use Great Weapon Master, and if he critical strikes, he strikes hard enough for the both of you.
Okay.
Well, you should also make sure to stand at least within 5 feet of the creature while audience is around, because then at the very least, you know, like if somebody punches you in the face or
They can't
zaps you
move.
in the face, then audience at least can give them a smack also.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that you should always be grouped up around the monster at all time.
Yeah.
Beholder
Any
plus
chance
fireball.
we got a short rest while we were researching stuff?
I wouldn't call it anything that happened in their arrest.
Damn. Then no, I don't think we could kill a beholder.
We might have been arrested.
Alright, so if you actually want to be here because you like Dungeons & Dragons and you want to watch all this become Dungeons & Dragons, well, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. If you like the thunderstorm in the background, although this time I probably could just have put the microphone outside of my window. Ambient Mixer. It's a place where you can have your own, make your own ambiance, or download some that exist. You only have to pay when you download them. If you like the battle maps, it's Dungeon Alchemist, and the world map, it's Wonderdraft. And tonight, because it's going to be a mad dash in a city, there's going to be a map made with another software. I haven't had time to buy the city making software that I wanted, so it's going to be another software. So this means that I will never, no matter the circumstance, be able to monetize tonight. Because I'd have to pay royalties to someone else. then I think that's the publicity. I see we have a lot of food tonight, so who's our sponsor?
Plastic bottle cap.
Did you forget that tradition of having an unwilling sponsor?
I had chocolate, peanut butter, banana bread.
Ooh, interesting. That's right. You like it a lot. You like peanut butter a lot. I found a few recipes with peanut butter during the week. Maybe I should send them to you. All right. So, where were we? Oh no! Kobayashi disappeared. He got eaten. Ah! So that's weird. When your camera sees the back of your head, it interprets that as you're not there anymore.
That's my background. Yeah.
And they say that AI works pretty fine right now. I think there's still a lot of ground to cover. Alright, so what happened last episode? Our party ventured deeper inside into the library to find the information they needed to find. Yay! Quickly, they found themselves hunted, and the stealth mission they hoped would go well became a cat and mouse game while looking through as many books as possible to find the information they needed. Fortunately, Kobayashi mostly played the mouse in this game, and everyone else was able to look through books thanks to Tobayashi's sacrifice.
Yeah. No more information on the dragon. Crazy.
Treasure was found in many shapes during this search. Thankfully, our adventurers were able to balance running away and subduing enemies long enough for them to complete their task. At least that's what they think. Now, a new game starts called Running Like Your Life Depends on It. That's always a good game.
I don't think you need to put the like in there. I think it's just running because our life depends on it.
Well, sometimes your life doesn't depend on it. Like Sam today. He says he walked, but his life didn't depend on it. But if his life had depended on it, he probably would have been able to make the distance in 3 minutes.
I don't know. 6 was pretty good.
I don't know how you did 6 without running. If it says normally it's 18.
Well, that's because he goes from with the rules of a previous edition.
I phase
Speed walk.
shifted.
Yeah. Misty stepped.
Constantly misty stepped.
Yeah, he mixed
so fast.
long strider with repeated casting of. Oh no, both require concentration. Never mind.
Expeditious retreat.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Well, no, Long Strider isn't a concentration spell.
Oh, good. So
It's just an hour duration spell.
Yeah.
good. So both can be cast at once, and that's what audience did. Well, Sam did. So Sam, I think we have our confirmation. You're actually a ranger in life.
I wish.
Yeah, Sam, you're amazing at surviving out in the wild, right?
Yeah.
You're not allergic to everything.
I mean, if I make you my animal familiar and you take care of me, then technically.
Is that? I don't feel like that's how that relationship works.
I mean, how comfortable are you with wearing a collar?
I don't like to wear ties. Anything around my neck makes me feel like a choker.
All right, so we've established that Sam isn't a wisdom-based character.
We already knew that.
Well, we knew it about audience, but we weren't sure about Sam.
No, I'm a Dex
Sam's
charisma build.
Yeah.
I'm a Dex charisma build.
Hex charisma build.
Interesting.
Not to be confused with a Dick Charisma build.
Isn't that called a warlock? Dex charisma.
We running?
What would be your character? Oh, I think Bard would probably a Bard a little more oriented in
Bard.
combat.
Bard, just Bard. Sam's a Bard.
No hesitation.
Right.
It's just that you're trading one body count for another.
All right, so now you need to escape, and for this, I sort of spent an hour and a half making something for all of you to see. Hold on. Can't find the picture. Here it is. Come on, stop. Yay! I will show you exactly where you are, and I have a version of this that those watching can see. Yay! Why is that here?
Oh.
Oh.
Mm.
Wait, I thought we had to go to the bottom floor first, guys. What?
We already
no,
did.
We're outside.
We did that part.
Remember,
We did that
we got out. Into
Oh
the
yeah,
street,
oh yeah.
And then we were like, "Oh shit!"
You weren't there. You weren't there for that, Toby.
Oh right. That's right.
They
Yeah.
managed to go to the bottom floor. They managed to find. Remy found an interesting trinket, and then you all left with a beholder chasing you.
Wait, did we not get the password or the?
No,
the
we did. We got the
teleportation?
Yes, yes. You,
Okay.
you got two books on different address for the temple. Not the temple.
Okay.
The gate. So you all ran out. You decided that you were. Oh, it has to be higher. Okay.
We're basically trying to create enough separation that we can hide again. But to do that, we had to run to the main street where there are 3 more. So now we have to just get into the back alleys and hope that we don't die along the way until we can create enough separation to escape again.
Okay.
Easy
That's-
enough.
That's kind of what's going on.
Yeah.
So what's wrong with taking the back streets? You never know if you don't go. I can't sing any more of that song.
What do you mean?
Hey now.
The MCA is a really huge bitch.
Alright. Gonna remove. Didn't think about monsters were being in the way. So. Here is your map. I place audience. Oh. I placed audience square where he is because, well, technically I probably should put Magna there. Or Magnus Token, who is Tarragon.
I mean, I think we were all in the same space.
Yeah.
Pretty much. We're all tagged.
No,
Okay.
because of the
Oh,
size of the map, it's really just so that you know where you are right now.
Oh, we
not-
just know where we are. Okay.
Yeah. So this
And
is
then-
where you are, and you gotta get to the NPC token, which is where you entered.
The wall of. Okay.
So the NPC token is on your
Got
bottom
it.
right. The library where you are. So for you, Tobiashi, you had a moment
Yeah.
where you were living on automatic mode. You just followed everyone while they were running, and then when everyone gets out. There's a moment where you snap back to reality and, oh shit, that's not good. So, you just came out of the door of the library. Right now, you realize that many creatures saw you as you basically tried to force the door to open because it was so massive. It wasn't locked, but need a good quantity of energy to push it open. So a lot of things heard you outside. Inside, there's one beholder chasing after you. There's possibly a handful of illithid chasing after you. On the outside, you can at least see two beholders, which have noticed you from where you are. And you can't see anything of illithid size, but you know they all have telepathy, so they're probably aware. And exiting a few of the streets around you, you see slots, especially the larger streets, large building coming out. So around you, it feels like this place was probably barricaded at some point. You see pieces of wood that were most likely broken to enter inside the library, overturned cart, few bodies, civilian in the street. Oh yeah, civilian in the street. Here would be where you marked someone that could be saved. I put a monster token, a green monster token. You said you wanted to remember where it was. So, you have two possible extraction points, although one is probably not going to work. The NPC token that I've just added, which is, well, I'm going to put it a little bigger. So the big NPC token is the main gate, which probably guards won't necessarily want to open because that's probably where some enemies have gathered and they would have to push them away before letting you enter.
Last time we were there, there was an army gathering there.
Yes. But it is nevertheless a possible extraction point. The reason why the wall doesn't cover the entire bottom part is because it actually doesn't. It makes a round shape, and so goes back inside. So you only have two places which connects with the wall, the two small NPC token. You created a breach on the NPC token that is to the right. So, now with one beholder directly chasing you, two beholder noticing your presence, and most likely a fair quantity of other creatures knowing that you're there. How are you handling getting back to an extraction point?
Well, I think the first thing we were trying to do is basically we're just crossing the street so we can get into the alleys on the other side and hopefully start trying to lose them.
Yeah, I think we're trying to lose them and then head back to where we came in.
Yeah.
All
right.
Which, yeah, it looks like the best way to do that is like just to go directly straight off the rip. To at least get off the main, just get it to the other side into the alleys over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since the monster's on our right. So just literally go straight across.
Are we all dashing, or what? You guys just running? What's happening?
Well, we technically still have Paths Without a Trace up, so we're trying to kind of stay together because we're hoping that if we can break line, the Paths Without a Trace can kick in and we can hide again. So we're trying to stay somewhat together. But yeah.
Also, I made a lightly obscured fog cloud.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's not going to be hard at all. Following the fog bank, evolving.
Well, it doesn't stay with me.
Yeah, it's just out across the main street.
I farted, made a huge cloud, and then we're running away from it.
Before the smell
Yeah.
gets too much.
Yeah, it doesn't stay with us.
That's gonna bother me if I leave all the monsters there. Alright. So the only monster that I put up on the map were the beholders, because they're the bigger ones. The green M is the civilian that you said you wanted to save.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Okay, I'll remove it right now then.
Again, I think this would be a situation where we would only hurt them far more than we would help them.
Ah, but think about this. Everyone you rescue might be someone chosen by the priestess to be saved and shoved into your little world where you could become their god.
I think every one of them we rescued would be meat shields for us on our run back as we're being shot at by beholders.
Kobayashi, you heard that? Just film it and broadcast it.
Alright, let's get across the street then.
Alright.
Yeah, I think they're goners.
Alright. So with this, I think...
Oh wait, so where was the third beholder? Was there not one to our right? So that was the NPC token, not a beholder token?
No, that's right. The green M was the civilian you wanted. The third one is essentially inside of the library.
Okay,
So I'm
then
gonna put it.
never mind. I don't think we want to cross directly. I think we want to go right cross, like away from the yeah. So like crossing. There's no really. They're not map points, so I can't as easily like say
hold on.
what it is.
Well, I would have to reduce the size of the map to make it work with them.
Yeah.
But
You see how like I'll say so. See how they're the two big roads, and then there's one that kind of goes from the main gate up. Right? There's the main road that goes from the main gate basically to the monster.
okay, hold on. I think I can give you something to work with. Like this. No, this is in the way. Alright. Like this, which means... Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. Alright. Here. Here. The other one is here, and the other one is here. So, how about this to work with?
Reload. Yeah, that works. Okay, so I'm thinking that if there is no monster that way, we try and enter somewhere over at like H4, 5, somewhere in that gap.
Okay, so on either side of this lone building between the two. So
Yeah.
just so that
Yeah.
you know, each square it's not a single building. It's several house and building together.
Okay.
So they're not solid.
How close are they?
They're sort of neighborhoods.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think we're trying to cross the street over at H4, H5.
Which one are we? The M? Are we the blue M?
Yeah,
Or
Yeah.
the blue M.
that's Magnus token.
Yeah.
If you don't like the M, we're gonna put yours instead.
And we'll say we just stuck Ornak on top of Magnus, so we at least have a 60-foot dash as our slowest. And not a 50-foot dash.
Alright.
Toby can go faster than us, but that's up to him.
Run, Toby, run!
If it happens, if everything goes to shit,
You would abandon your friends?
if they can't run fast enough, I don't know what to tell them. I mean, they should take off that armor or something.
You would even abandon your husband?
Remy could get on my back or something. I don't know. He might have a chance.
I'm gonna give a secret order to Magna that if Toby tries to abandon us by being faster, just to hamstring him.
We can't get fucking stopped.
Just snip his hamstring.
So, Jesus, so I'm just stumbling.
Bite the ankles, bite the ankles!
I'll just start jumping rooftop to rooftop. We'll be fine.
The back of the leg, you know? Cut the tendons behind the
Cut
leg.
the tendons.
Have you seen Fisher? Fisher does not look like the guy to be jumping rooftops to rooftops.
That's true.
What do you mean?
He looks like the thing that you throw off of the building to kill someone.
That's why I brought this 10-foot flat, 20-foot wide board that we could put across each building.
We're gonna slowly put 20-foot boards across the buildings.
Yeah.
Alright, so to get across.
One way to do it.
Alright, well, so are you just power walking like Sam did today, or are you all sprinting as fast as
Briskly
you can?
walking.
I think we're dashing.
Dashing?
I
Alright.
think we're all using the dash action.
Okay, good.
I'll be using my regular speed.
Well, Toby, I think if you use the dash, you don't have to use all your movement.
Oh, that's
Just
true.
use
Huh?
your dash and then just don't use all your.
I'll just save up the rest of the movement. Yeah.
It's not a must. It's not a must. It's a may.
I mean, if there's one extra thing I'm going to do,
Yes.
since there is a fog cloud right now,
It is. It's not
Yeah.
heavily obscuring. It's only lightly obscured. So it's not fog cloud the spell, but it's
it still can matter.
yeah.
What I was going to say is, especially as we're moving about either in this fog cloud or even outside of it, like once we're into the buildings, Raimi is going to intermittently use minor illusion in different intersection points or places where things could have gone in order to potentially divert attention to different parts as we are trying to escape,
Okay.
creating a sound, for example, breaking wood or something like glass knocking over.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a fairly good point. They're gonna be
And because I can
hunting.
still have my bonus action to dash, then at least my action to minor illusion, which is the important part here.
No, why did that do this? No, never mind. Alright, that's... Come on, why are you doing this? Okay, that's better. So, that's a fair point. They're gonna be hunting you. So, if any of you wants to do something, we know that Remy can do something now. Technically, Tobiyashi, because of your movement speed, you could alternate one round your normal walking speed. You'd fall 10 feet behind everyone. And use the other action to do something to help throw the enemies off. And then next round, you use your dash and you use...
Catch up.
Yeah, you catch up. Or if you
What I even do?
if you want to do the other way around, you take one round dashing and getting 10 feet ahead of everyone, and then next round everyone catches up with you. So if there's anything you want to do to make their life more difficult hunting all of you, I'm giving you a few seconds to think about it.
I don't think I ever picked them up.
Picked what up?
The caltrops. I needed them. That's why I got the eggs a long time ago. But I don't think I ever got them because we were on the island.
Yeah, there's a certain quantity of items that you've asked me that weren't magical in nature, just a few things that you never picked up. So you got a few orders in a few different places that you never picked up. Nothing big, don't worry. Just a few objects like this, the caltrops that you want.
I don't think there's anything that I can do that'll help
Okay.
confuse them, really.
I'm just giving you the option.
Actually, if you'd like, Toby, it's like Raimi might let you have fun with his decanter of endless water, and you can essentially, like, if we pass by like something,
Just spray them with it.
I mean, that's one thing you can do. You can use it to, like, similar to what Raimi is doing, but only work more literally. But like destroy things on our way over. Like it's like, oh, what's that noise over there?
Okay, okay. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. And should I do it behind or in front? No, I should do it behind. Yeah.
Yeah, don't make the distracting noise where we're going.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Just
it
like
can be behind us. It can be like the pathway that we don't go down if we're like at an intersection. Like, again, the kinds of things that Raimi was doing.
Okay.
It's like, or if you really want to, you could briefly, like, because you're fast enough, go to like an
Run down an alleyway.
make a noise, and then immediately like
And
run
then-
back.
Okay. I guess I'll do that as we're running. Just make a bunch of distractions behind them, and then catch up if I have enough movement. Well, taking the dash. What does the decanter take? Is that a bonus
An
action? Action. I have 4 things that I could do it with. Then I have 4 key points, so I could always take the dash action.
Well, if I remember correctly, because one part of the decanter is an action and the other is a bonus action.
The object is the standard object in the on D&D Beyond, so you can just.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking up right now. I'm pretty sure it's an action to. It only takes an action to remove the stopper.
Okay. So I'm just gonna have water. All right. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do.
I think there was a game like this.
While
You
I'm
just
following
open-
them. Yeah, while I'm following them, I'll run down random alleyways and destroy shit, and then run back to them.
All right. So. Alright, so now we start with this, and we're going there. So, oh, that's always a nasty question. Would it be an athletic roll or an acrobatic roll?
For what? Sorry, I got distracted.
Starting the chase scene. You running away from enemies.
I would say because we're just doing like a mad dash, literally. I mean, it could be an athletics roll, or it could just be a straight up Constitution.
Well, Constitution's going to be for you to last. You don't need to make one now. but it is eventually going to come into play.
I'd say
Yeah.
probably just athletics then.
Yeah, if we were Spider-Manning with our start, then like maybe there would be an argument for acrobatics, but
Oh, yeah,
I think
yeah.
for
No.
full on sprint.
I do a couple front flips down the alleyways.
Roll for acrobatic. Natural
Athletics.
1. You flip yourself into a wall. All right. So you start running. Now let's see how good at this you are. See if you're gonna make distance or lose distance. All right. So we have.
So we all roll, or should one person roll athletics for the group? That's together.
No, I'm gonna say you all roll, and I'm gonna take the lowest roll.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
Unless you all want to leave behind the one that runs the slowest.
All right. Well, audience rolled to 21.
Okay.
I mean, I've been in that zombie movie before.
24.
Okay.
Damn. That's not a great roll. 15.
Are we leaving behind? No, I'd probably be behind him because I'm purposely running behind and running down alleyways.
Well, that's why I say I take the lowest roll. Okay. Remy?
What did Remy rule?
Just as a reminder, guys, my strength is a -2.
No, I know.
So Raimi gets a 12.
Woo! Alright, so you all start moving and you realize, oh yeah, Remy is not the running type. So Fisher grabs him by the neck and we start.
Could we throw Remy on top of Magna as well? Could we just hurl Remy on top of Magna?
Well, Remy technically is the smallest, so we probably would fit with Arunak as being the equivalent of a person in weight.
We see the fact that Remy's not able to keep up with the rest of us. Can we just literally chuck him on top of Magna?
Get on there.
I'd say if Magna ever starts needing to make acrobatics roll, she's gonna have a penalty because she has 2 riders, but
Okay.
not for athletics because of Remy and Orunak's low weight.
Okay, well, Magna rolled a 21, so
Okay.
that would up it at least to a 15 for our roll.
All right. So you all start running, and you have that moment of reflex of looking behind to see if the enemy is catching up, and then you realize, oh yes, they're catching up to Remy. You take a moment, you grab him, and you shove him on top of Magna, and you all start moving slightly faster because, you know, Fisher, I think you need oil. You're starting to as you.
Sounds about right.
You know what? That'll be one of the first minor illusions that Raimi does: screeching metal down one alleyway.
All right. So, with this, that does mean you actually beat. So I've got 1 roll for slots, 1 roll for Illithid, and 1 roll for beholders. So you actually managed to make good distance all the way to the other side of the street, where you unfortunately realize that coming out of... Come on, don't do this. Coming out of the alley where you came from, not the alley where you came from, the alley where you entered the library, there is a beholder there. So now you see the other one. And this is...
So is the decanter salt water or fresh water?
I think you have a choice, no?
It is. You do in fact get a choice between freshwater and saltwater.
All right, let's splash salt water in this beholder's eye.
Oh, salt water in the eye.
Oh, salt water in the eye. Except that I think the water. I don't think we'd be able to activate the water because of its eye.
What's the range of your pressurized water beam?
I believe it goes
Geyser,
out to
right?
30 feet.
30 feet.
30 feet. So yeah. You have that moment where you see the beholder coming out of the building on the other side. You say, "All right, let's go." You take the decanter of endless water and you open the stopper, and there's no water inside of it. Damn it! And while you're doing this, you sort of have that moment where you realize, why are my gloves not working right now? Oh shit! You remember the enchantment that kept on going down and up as we're running in library. You're too close.
All right, keep running.
It's okay, Toby. Performance issues are all a part of our.
Yeah.
Fortunately, because you rolled well to walk away, Tobiyashi, the cone is 150 feet in distance, but his eyes to attack is only 120 feet. So you are in that grace distance of 30 feet, where he's just a little out of reach to attack because he didn't roll enough to catch up with all of you. But not enough so that your magical object works.
Okay.
Damn it.
Alright, so we're at the front of the alley now.
Yes, you are in the front of the alley.
Okay. Do we see anything down the alley, or are we good to start running down the alley?
I imagine that you rely on Remy's passive perception for this, or you stop and take a moment to watch.
Nope, Remy's passive perception. There is a beholder in a grace period of 30 feet out of attack range of us. We are not stopping.
Okay. Well, it was for Tobiyashi, because honestly, if he is inside of the range, I think Terragan would disappear, because he's a summoned creature.
Do mounts disappear from a beholder? I don't know.
Because it's a summoned creature, I think he might. But Orunak would not, because he was grown, and he is an actual physical being until he dies.
You want me to run ahead of you guys?
Can you repeat that?
Well,
Because we're trying to see if it's clear to go through this alleyway. If I run ahead,
I would
get
give a
attacked, I could
bonus
just-
to Remy's passive perception, as if it was with
and then I could
advantage.
just switch an alley if I need to escape from something.
That's really up to you, but yeah, you can. So, Remy, you're...
Sound good, guys?
Well,
up to you, Toby.
you're all running,
We're just
so
sprinting.
you have to you have to judge that for yourself. Is it a good idea
All
or
right.
not?
Yeah, I'll go and give Remy advantage.
All right, so Remy, your passive perception is
With advantage becomes 26.
26. All right. Well, that's pretty good. All right. And it does mean that if something sees you, Tobiyashi is the one being seen. So
Fun with me.
all right. Well, fortunately, the beholders are a bit large to get into most of the street, so you would only be facing Slods or Illithid, which have already given you a nasty headache, by the way. No damage, just a really bad migraine. 25 in that case. Alright, so you arrive in front of the alley, and Remy, your mind looking at everything, has a moment. All clear. To be fair, you probably heard someone say this exactly in that tone. So that's one point or another.
Like, all clear.
All right. Well, we're sprinting down the alley.
Alright.
And then at the soonest possible point, I'd say, which would probably be I6, we're going to want to cut sight line to the beholders so we can try and get our stealth
right,
going again.
right or left? Right, right. Or
Right.
left? Right.
Right.
Okay.
Because we're like sprinting down this alley, then we want to go I6 so we can cut off. Because if the beholders can't follow us down the alleyways, then we can cut off their vision and we should be able to get our stealth cloud back.
Alright, so you go toward 6 or 7 or J?
I6, I like cut right.
Okay.
When we
Okay.
get down here, I6 or 7 to cut the vision off the beholders.
Which is technically audience's left. So
Yes, if audience, from audience perspective, audience left. My right of looking at the map from the bottom.
I can flip the map if you want. Alright. Alright, so you move there. Remy. Oh, jeez. Alright. So, you look around for a brief moment as you're arriving. Tarragon slows slightly. You look at Tobiyashi, who sort of gave the first scouting of this place, and he gives you a sign that this way is okay. So you don't look at this way. You look at another way. Okay, looks fine. And just as you're about to say to audience, everything's good, right from behind you, because someone rolled a natural 20 in their ability to spot you. Right behind you, that you didn't see, coming out of a building, you see one illithid just looking at all of you in the street and throw its scream at your group.
That's not great.
Well, fortunately, Tobiyashi, because you're ahead, you're the only one who doesn't get caught in this. Remy, Onak, Magna. Audience, where are you compared to this? In front of Magna? On sides?
I don't know, in front of Magna.
And Fisher, front or back of Magna?
Probably back.
Alright, then in that case, I will rule that it is Audience, Remy, Arunak, and Magna that rolls. Fisher, you are just in front of the cone.
Okay.
Well,
So what's that roll? A dex? Intelligence? Intelligence.
I believe it's
I know it's
intelligence,
an intelligence. Okay. Yeah, I'm not passing that. I didn't think I would, to be fair, but
What did you roll?
All right.
a 13.
Okay. Remy,
23.
that is enough.
Oh, I should roll for Magna as well. What is Magna's intelligence? Also, okay, not great. Yeah, Magna's also not passing that.
Okay. Oh. Well, for Magna, that's gonna hurt a lot. Alright, in that case, that's a shame, but that's how it's going to... Alright, where's the idiot? Here it is. Wow! Okay. Well, that's a lucky damage roll. Magna actually doesn't disappear. I rolled 1-1-1-3.
We'll take
So that's
7, 6. Let's
that's
1,
10
1,
points
3.
of psychic damage.
10 points. Okay.
However, you are audience and Magna. You're stunned.
Yeah.
So here's what Arunak will do. Arunak did not get stunned.
By the way, was this technically entering combat? By the way, do we enter initiative?
If
Ever.
you want this to be a fight, we could enter initiative. Yes.
Well, I'm mostly wondering because when audience, it's for my temp HP. I'm wondering if I got my temp HP because we were like entering like a high stress situation.
I can agree with the fact that you started all of this and count this as the beginning of a combat. So I can give you once your
Temp HP.
and say that if we actually have a moment where we are not where we do enter combat, it's not going to count for a second initiative for you.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Okay. All right. Well, that took most of my temp HP, but I'm still at max.
All
So
right.
that's good.
So
And Magna's down to 17 HP. Which means she's still alive.
she's still alive, but she's stunned.
Yes. And I am also stunned.
All right.
For 10 rounds, which is a minute.
Yeah.
I think.
Holy shit. How do you unstun someone?
They technically every 6 seconds we would get
Get to make a save again.
to make a save again.
Okay. So what's going to happen is Arunak has a standing order to do everything he can to save all of you at any time, no matter what happens to him. So, Remy, you see Arunak reach into his foliage. He breaks the branch where the acorn is. He gives it to you. And Fisher, you hear him scream, "Fisher, audience is down!" Remy, he lets go of the acorn and gives it to you, and he runs toward the Eluding.
Is it only one Illithid? Because I do feel like we could.
The thing
I
is
mean,
that
we're
you're
also
being chased.
running. We're
We are being
currently
chased.
running.
Yeah, we are currently running.
So are you gonna
Like-
pick up audience
Like,
and
sure,
start
you
running?
want to stop and fight
No.
the mind flayer.
But what you
and
could
then,
do, I guess what you could do is you could throw audience on Ornak's place on. Oh no, but Magna's also stunned.
The only one who
Uh,
has enough strength to carry you for now is Fisher.
I'll pick up audience. Yeah, we're out of the anti-magic.
For a for a few moments, yes.
Oh, can I hit the Illithid with water then?
That's yes, you can.
Alright. It's salt water too.
Just to rub salt in the wound. Yeah.
It
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
does not appreciate it.
I mean, in fairness, then, if you are using that particular feature, then it gets to make a strength throw. If it fails, it takes a D4 of damage and gets knocked prone.
Yeah. Do it. Illithid needs to make a strength.
Okay.
Of what? What's the strength of?
Strength save.
Oh, the DC?
Yeah, the DC.
Like 14 or something.
DC
14?
13.
He did not succeed.
So 1d4 and he's knocked prone.
I will, pick up audience. And then I will use a bonus action to cast Expeditious Retreat on myself. So I can dash as a bonus action, so I don't get slowed down by carrying audience. Or I do, but if I do, I can move dash to compensate for it.
I guess Remy jumps off the cat.
All right. Well, if you all seem to be able to function properly like this, then Arunak is not gonna sacrifice himself because that's what he was doing.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
It's a few rounds until when he breaks his branch. When he breaks the branch on which the acorn is, before he gets petrified. That's what he was using to slow down the enemy. But if we have it all, you see him having this moment of just about to reach into his foliage, and everyone seems to react to accommodate for this, so he doesn't. So he also jump off the. So unfortunately, this does mean that your maximum cruising speed has went down 10 feet.
And
It did.
yeah, the Illithid took like 4 damage and is knocked prone.
I will say, for at least a couple rounds until they would catch up to Magna, I would roll. Well, I'll roll saves for myself and her because she also is very fast, so she could catch back up to us if she makes the save in the next couple rounds.
Okay.
Probably.
Okay. And in that case,
Oh, what would be kind of funny though is like, especially if the Illithid did get knocked down, it's like then in the moment as we're all running away, Raimi is going to minor illusion an image of audience right where he was originally stunned. So it just looks like audience and Magna got left behind by the others.
okay. And Arunak will improve that by casting Entangle on the poor guy who is prone. So it's
Got him.
going to, and I just rolled the poor thing rolled a 10, so it doesn't make the DC, and you just get.
Well, all right, let's keep running.
Well, we keep running. Well, I don't, but I'll make my saves whenever I'm allowed to, I guess.
All right, so you go on this street. I'd say you can have 2 saves until you get to the corner.
Okay, so I will make 2 saves for me. First one is for me, so we'll do intelligence. Okay, I fail my first one. Next one is for Magna. Magna also fails. Next one is for me. I fail both. Next one is for Magna. Magna fails both. Okay. Well,
Magna's probably gonna disappear in a few moments.
yeah, Magna, that does not surprise me. Magna had to roll, I think, a 19 to get,
Oof.
if the DC is 20.
No, the DC is not 20. The DC is... This one is 17.
Okay, well, we still all failed. Magna would have had to roll higher than I did.
Okay. So, you get to that next corner. 25. Okay. You get to that corner at upper J7. Can update the map. Alright, with this you lose sight of all the beholders, so you're not sure who is chasing you, where, and when.
Does our cloud come back?
The
I think you pass her into the house without
oh,
grace.
yes.
Do we want to re-stealth if no one is in direct eye line of us?
Can.
Probably, yeah. Might as well.
It would probably be in our best interest.
Okay.
Before I stealth,
Right.
fuck, I don't think I'd get it back. No, I'm just gonna stealth.
Okay. Okay, and that's for Overneck. Oh wow.
Can I stealth while stunned, or am I just...
No.
No, you're
Yeah, I
gonna
think
you're
I'm
gonna
just-
have Fisher's stealth
Okay,
because he's the one carrying you.
fair enough.
Okay. So Overneck, that's still pretty good. Overneck has 27 for his stealth. Fisher?
Interesting.
You haven't used your coin, I think, today.
I have not. Don't check. I have not. I'm gonna use my coin.
More interesting?
We'll go with the first one.
So that's not a good sign.
We have
Pass
we
without
do
a
a pass
trace.
without trade. Yeah.
Yeah.
16.
You know, it could be worse.
The second one was a 5. So
Okay. Remy?
33.
Okay. Tobiyashi?
29.
All right. So once again, you know, Fisher is carrying audience. He's having a little bit of trouble. In a single turn, Fisher has double the amount of weight that he has to carry. All right. So now the question is, where are you going? Where are you deciding to go from that point?
I'm letting you guys decide. I'm stunned. I can't say anything.
Blah, 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 blah.
So from where you are right now, you can either go down, but that's going to lead you in a larger square, or you can go up a little bit and then go to the right.
I say we go up, right.
Yeah, up right sounds good. Should I go make a distraction in the middle of that square and then come back to you guys? Because I know where you guys are going to end up.
Up to you.
If you do and it works, it gives them disadvantage to find you.
All right, I'll do that real quick.
All right.
I sneak off. I run the other way, and then I'll shoot a geyser at a window or something down that way.
Okay. Well, it's a taller building, so it used to be some sort of small temple church. So yeah, you get you get all the way up close to the wall, and you look up, and does this thing gushes hard enough? And you point it toward the bell tower, and you hear this dong.
Ding, 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 ding. Well,
And interestingly enough, as a really big spider is getting closer and closer to me on the wall, on the ceiling right now. Remy, you can actually do the same thing on the other side of the street. Well, your version, to throw them off.
Yeah, I may as well do the same.
Okay.
It's better to layer our opportunities or layer their. What's the opposite of an opportunity?
missed opportunity.
To lack of a better word, yeah, sure, why not? All right, well,
I'm going to call them their opportunities.
Opportunities.
all right. So in that case, I will drop one dice. So they have disadvantage, and instead of having 3 people looking at you, there's only going to be 2. Let's see if they find you. Fisher, you said you rolled 16?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you go up, you start moving down the street. Being very careful, Remy looking around, signaling that you can all move forward. Fisher, you're moving, doing your best. You're waiting for Remy to say it's good. And just as you're about to pass one little street, you have this moment where your foot catches on something. You don't fall. You just have this moment of, oh. But audience falls on the ground. as he's looking at you with this side eye of God damn it. And just as you're about to grab him, you notice that there's a slod walking down the street. You grab him by the foot instead of grabbing him by the waist or anything, and you just pull as hard as you can. Which happened just at the right time. That audience's hands disappear behind a little bush as the slod looks left, because I rolled a 16.
Yes.
So you exactly have what it takes. I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you can. Okay, let's try this. I'm gonna. Oh yeah, the dice is gonna be upside down. Hold on. I'm gonna turn it. I'm gonna turn my page around. That way I don't touch the dice. Let's see if we can actually get to see that roll. Oh no. Oh, it's not been long enough. Oh, never mind then. Oh, wow. You just saw my ceiling. Oh, the wire that connects the camera to the computer is not long enough. Damn. All right. Well, you're going to have to trust me on this. I rolled a 16. All right. My hand is killing me. Ah. Give me just a moment. Apparently, I have a small fungus who is dehydrating my hand between two fingers. I've been dealing with this for a while.
That sounds so annoying.
Yeah. When I can't put cream on it, just putting a little bit of water on it just helps my skin to become a bit more flexible again. Right.
I mean, you can't spell fungus without fun.
Oh yeah, that's so much fun. Alright. Well, I can't prove to you that I rolled a 16, but I tried. Alright. Audience, you get 2 rolls.
Alright.
And I'd say roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Audience got it.
Okay, so right after Fisher drops you on the ground and he pulls you away, you start, because of the pain of being dropped, you have that moment where you okay.
I assume my cat's gone at this point.
I give her 1 roll.
Right at like the second after he like wakes up, I slap him and go, "Wake up!" Snap out of it.
Oh, no, sad. She rolled a 13.
Well, unfortunately, as you wake up, and you're sort of a bit mad about Fisher because he dropped you face first on the floor and then turned you around and slapped you to wake you up. You're just about.
I'm not that bad. He did carry me out of.
You unfortunately feel Magna just.
Right.
Well, Tarragon, sorry.
Yeah.
Slip out and disappear.
Oh, well. Well, hopefully he at least provided a distraction.
Well, that does say one thing. You know that there are 2 streets behind you.
Yep. Alright, I guess I have to roll a stealth roll now, since I see everyone is stealthing. Okay. Well, that's going to be a 26. So,
Okay.
it's still a 16.
All right. So Remy, you have a moment of yay, audience is up, and and you notice that he has this scuff mark on his forehead and on his nose. Yeah, that moment of
Right.
Fisher, what did you do?
Alright. Audience is going to be like, well, Tarragon's gone, so they're about 2 streets behind us right now.
All right. So now you are literally at a crossroad. You can go up, down, back where you came from, or directly ahead.
We put our coin down. We see if we can go to the.
The crossroad guy.
Well, I'm not gonna prevent you from trying this if you want. You'd have to
Dude, I haven't
spend
talked to
one
him in
turn
forever.
there looking for the coin.
Does Remy's passive perception see it?
Unfortunately, it was presented to you as you have to look for it. So it would be an active roll.
Damn it. No, it's probably not something we do. Although it would be funny.
Although it would be hilarious if, the store was open across space-time.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
We're just like, hey, can we hang out here for a bit?
I mean, it is. That's kind of the whole point of it, right?
It's just a younger him.
Or weirdly,
say-
an older him. Like, you know,
I will
like,
say that would
there's
be
still
a
like the
good one.
first time that we met him, but
I mean,
but then,
if they're 2 streets away, that means we have 2 turns to look for it.
Yeah, but we also might want to create distance.
Right.
I am giving you the option. I do
Although
not
it would
guarantee
be-
it will work, but I'm giving you the option.
It would be very funny way to lose them if we just went to a different realm within the different realm we were in. They just were like completely lost us. No. Onions wouldn't want to, but it would be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's keep going.
All right. So, where do you go?
I meet back up with them.
I feel like we should go down a road.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like snake it, like right
that's what-
down.
That's where it just came from.
Oh, you just came from down?
Yeah, so that
Okay.
like where that kind of like building with the tower top looking
Alright,
thing on there. I was in that square.
I'm gonna put Arunak's token. Well, all right. I'm gonna put.
I think we
L7.
should go right.
I'm
one
gonna
more
put
time,
Arunak's
then start
token
going
where
down.
you are right now, and I'm gonna put. So Tobiashi was where I've just put his token. That's where he made some noise. So when he came back, you're saying that he went up, and then through that street
Yeah.
here.
hmm
All right.
So you think we should go right one more? You think we should go right one more time?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, and then down.
Okay.
Yeah, my general caution would be it's like we need to be careful about how often we're running in the same direction, because especially since it's like at some point we need to make sure that we're breaking line of sight in multiple ways,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
so that they can't literally, for example, see 150 feet down, like down like a single street.
Yeah, there is a long street coming in, so yeah, if you just go up the street, they're going to be able to see you for a long distance. All right. And that is a good point. Where you are right now, if you go straight forward, you would be visible if they entered the street you just left.
Mm,
So if they're not far behind, you know that they're...
well, if Toby.
Well, you could come down to me, and then we could go right.
Yeah, I do. I still think we want to go down so we can break
Okay.
line
Yeah, yeah.
sight and get further away from the main street.
Okay, so Tobiashi rejoins the
Okay.
group. I'm going to remove your token.
So we're basically going down to Toby, and then right.
And then right, yeah.
All right. So,
So we're going right at
This is
K.
between 9 and
12?
10. Yeah.
Oh, 9, 10, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Here.
K9.
All right.
Yep. And then we're trying to end up at, I guess, what's that? K1112? Or K11, yeah.
Okay, you're heading down at that street. All right. So, you quietly move all the way to Tobiashi, who signals you because he sees Fisher. And you all go toward him. You go down that street. Alright. Now, with the group reunited, I start rolling with 2 dice instead of 1, and at disadvantage because you're all doing stuff too. All right. All right. So, you move down the street, and Tobiashi looks around, blast one window. Just as you're arriving at the corner of the street, Remy, you turn around and you carefully aim down the street, and just as you release the spell, there's a brief moment where you see the shadow of something emerging on the corner of the street. And then you let loose a plank being broken. So giving the impression that maybe someone's trying to leave through a window somewhere. And immediately you see the shadow turning around, starts walking again in the other direction. The disadvantaged roll was 17, which would have made Fisher someone that could be seen, to a 3, which makes no one being seen.
Thanks, guys.
Alright. So from here... hold on. The map is not up to date. You are here right now. So... now you have some weird option, because Tobiashi made some noise here, and you know that Karagan was... so the M near the bell tower, that's where Tobiashi made some noise, so you know that monsters are coming here. Karagan got dispelled at the one between I and J. So from there, you can imagine that monsters, and because of what Remy did as a noise, when you make your decision, these are the possibilities where you think monsters are present. All possibilities.
Woo! So if those are the possibilities, then the best bet is to go down.
Down. Yep.
Yeah.
Alright.
To M. Yeah, to the edge of M. 13, 14.
So you go down to that square first. And then you want to go down the street here. Alright. So first a roll for the square. And they roll at disadvantage. Alright. All right.
Want some more sausage or tater tots? Or
You hear someone asking about sausages.
Can you not? I'm on stream. Don't come in and just talk.
All right. So, let's see whose fault it is. Remy, you want odd or even numbers on the dice? Odd numbers. All right. In that case, even numbers. Sorry. All right. In that case, you go down toward the center of this little place where probably there's something like a small fountain where people can drink water. When you enter that square, Remy, you throw a sound somewhere else, and because you chose odd because you chose even, I give odd to Tobiyashi, and unfortunately, Tobiyashi, that means it's your fault. You turn around just as you're about to release the pressure off of your decanter. And instead of releasing the pressure on a door over there to make it open very strongly, you open it just as a creature comes out and boom, slams into the creature. Of course, that means he sees the group because I rolled 17 and then I rolled for disadvantage and rolled a 17 again. So Fisher is.
But he doesn't.
Yes.
He does need to roll a strength.
Strength, which it fails. So it's a large slod that gets falls to the ground.
4 points of damage.
Okay. So he gets slammed to the ground with 4 points of damage. I'm gonna. All right. So he is prone right now. A bit of noise was made. Now, because he's prone, you could always try and leave. Fisher got seen, so he would have to make another stealth roll. If you decide to all leave now. Or you could make sure that he doesn't get a chance to scream and all jump the creature.
How far away from me is he? Is he from me?
Well, your maximum range is 30 feet, so let's go with...
Sloths are tough to kill, though.
Yes, they have a lot of hit
They're-
points. But there's only
Maybe
one.
Toby just try and stun him and then.
I don't
We
need to
keep going.
kill him.
That is true.
So...
But we also know he only saw. If we know he only saw Fisher, then we could just try and get Fisher out.
Yeah, well,
True.
he's looking straight at Fisher right now, thinking that you're the one who just gushed your water at him. I know how that sounds. And the enemy is 21 feet away from Fisher. Tobiyashi,
really do
you're just a
anything. Let's
few
just-
feet away, so maybe you're, I don't know, 27 feet from you.
Yeah, let's just run from him. I was gonna try to tie up his mouth with silk, but
Yeah.
They have a
I
I
pretty
think if we
large
just
mouth.
I think if we just re-stealth, we can just break eye contact by getting down one more street, and then Fisher can re-stealth,
take a right, left, left.
and then maybe roll better than 16.
Hey.
All right.
No, that's a hopeful. We believe.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, you decide to keep on going, and hopefully this won't bite you in the ass later. So, Fisher.
Well, we're still also far enough away from our extraction point that I don't feel like he's going to be like, well, this is obviously where they're trying to go.
Well, here's the element. Since you did not kill him, of course, when his turn come, he's going to alert others. So now the enemy is going to have a positive confirmation of where you were the round before. So everyone's going to converge on that point. From there, it reduces their possibilities, so they have more chance of finding you after. But if you kill him, you stay in one place, giving people chance to find you. So it really is a question of,
Just keep going.
okay,
I mean, I know it was mentioned offhandedly before, but if we do, if we can, stun him, not only would that delay communication, but then also at the same time give us a chance to, potentially get him out of the way.
Yeah.
All right, I could try it.
Actually, in fact, Fisher, off chance, but do you have the slots and or willingness to try for like a Tasha's hideous laughter.
Well, he would start laughing.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I can shout in any particular city, like
it
even
would
in a
echo,
modern
yeah.
city, and my voice will not carry over 2 streets down. Unless I have like misunderstood the scope of the city, which seems to be pretty large based on.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably half of the district you're in that I drew. The city itself is several districts like this, and there's several districts at the center. So it's a very, very large city.
Yeah, but basically the point is to incapacitate him so that he can't take any action at all, free or otherwise, to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
But since I guess Toby will be able to get there sooner, maybe we should try for the stun first, and if that doesn't work,
Yeah.
I could
That's
try
what
that.
I think.
All right. I hit him twice.
Right before
He's prone, so it's advantage, right?
as you're arriving very slowly, Arunak say, "Do you want me to try and confuse him?"
Oh,
As in, is a confuse
That could work.
spell.
yeah. Try that.
All right. And the save would be. Oh man, that's a really bad failure for the poor guy. So what's gonna happen? Can't
You
take
didn't see
reaction and
anything.
must roll a d10 for each of its turn. It's 1 minute. Okay. Oh, good. I rolled a 2, which means the creature doesn't move or take action this turn. So you
Nice.
see Arunak have a brief moment of shaking his leaves, and you smell very briefly this gentle aroma, slightly sweet. And then you see the creature just go...
Oh no, it's nymph pheromones. Cover your mouth.
actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we could probably just leave him confused because there's an 80% chance on any given round that he can't do anything, including make communication.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Alright,
let's
let's go.
just leave him there and book it.
All right.
So re-stealth or no?
Yes.
No. Yes.
Yes.
Fusion. All right, one more spell used. Right, audience, what did you roll? Hello?
No, I had to, that's a 20, 30.
Okay.
I rolled a 30.
Okay, Fisher?
I rolled a 24.
That's much better. Remy?
I rolled a 40.
That's our boy.
Tobiyashi? Tobiyashi?
30, 32.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, you notice that Arunak is slightly distracted because he's maintaining a spell, so he doesn't roll as high. He rolled a 16.
So this is when we unsummon him so that our stealth is better.
Sorry, Onek.
You're
He
Yeah,
can't
actually, can you
concentrate on confusion if he is desummoned, though.
tell Onek to run the other way?
Actually, really hilariously, because like imagine Draken will be rolling in the background, but in particular, if that Slod like keeps like rolling like like a weird one, in particular the movement one, then he might actually cause other creatures to go toward him instead, because he can't communicate that he's one of them.
Okay.
That is
So
true.
it'd actually be super hilarious if they were actually distracted by their own soldier, as it were.
All right. Well, where are we going? We are here. Are we going down or right?
All right. So
Uh,
no sound came of it, which means that the possibilities of this, where you think monsters could be, is, according to the information you have, this would be the most probable, in your mind, places where monsters are right now. And
So it looks like we
and
can
you have
go
the
right
babbling
or-
idiot here.
So it looks like we can go right or down. But I still think down's better right now. And we can go down and then right. It gives us more options if we go down now. I think.
And you'd
If we're
be
trying to-
stepping into a bit of a larger square if you went up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I say
Yeah.
down.
All right.
Also
So-
that. Yeah.
Yeah, so O12. O11, O12. That square.
Okay. So you go down here. Once again. Oh. All right. Well, this time you have a pretty quiet time as you're moving. There's no exceptionally high or low roll. Because of the disadvantage, you all have that moment where Remy throws off a bit of sound in one direction, Tobiashi looks up, climbs a bit on a wall, finds something to...
Yeah, it was a baby's room. I shot through the window. All the stuff is destroyed.
Alright. So... I'm gonna put in yellow where you made noise. So this is where you think people might actually go and watch. We have Mr. Babbling Idiot. Let's see if he can break this. No, he doesn't break. Rolled a total of 8. Okay, well, yes. Well, you don't know what happens, but you don't hear anyone screaming. No, actually, Remy, you do hear someone screaming. That's not the voice of a slod. But it's roughly in the direction where the slod was. It's a high-pitched sound, really weird. You're pretty convinced it's not a human. I rolled a 7, which means he attacked someone nearby. Which is another one of their own.
White.
Oopsie doodle.
We're turning their ranks against them.
One soldier at a time.
One soldier at a time.
Alright.
Although now I want to run into like the one beholder in the whole army that's just like, I just want the fighting to stop. The only thing I use my eye for is to stop the magical violence.
So what you're saying is eye is in the beauty is in the eye of the beholder? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder? Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So damn. Well, of course, the more you walk, the more the possibilities of where the monsters are increases. All right, you went from the last few possibilities. Well, someone screamed, so this possibility can be out of the way. And you're pretty sure they're going to start moving. So, according to quick math, this is where you think monsters can be. The yellow M's are where you made noise, so you're pretty sure someone's going to check that at some point.
I still think we just keep going down then.
Well, I will note that this is actually a pretty important decision here because there's a huge elephant in the room. In the street. It's the fact that, like, right over there in, which one is that? Yeah, around like the Q 1516 area is a 6-way street.
Oh.
So wherever we go from here, like, it pretty much our path is determined from this point forward, because I do not think it's a good idea to wander into a 6-way street where creatures can potentially see us from 6 different angles.
That is true.
In this case, which means you have two choices. You can either go N14 or P13. P13 would have you go completely down to the wall after and follow the wall until you reach your extraction point. And the other one would have you go down a long street, which would lead nearly exactly where your extraction point is.
You see, what I remembered is there was hiding, there was like cover up against the wall. So if we can get down to the wall, we can use the houses and cover to get to our extraction point.
Yeah. Right below the NPC, there is a house there. So.
Well, so that is a 6-way street there.
So the 6-way
street... None of those streets have long sight lines.
But it means
none of them are more than one block.
But no, what I'm more getting at is that, like, that means that there's 6 different places where a creature could suddenly pop out from. And that's assuming there's just one.
Uh-huh.
And by now, even you, Fisher, because you're starting to have a high passive intelligence and investigation, they're going to be starting to figure out roughly where you're going, because the noise seems to be going in a general direction.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's fair enough. But, so if we don't go to that... The thing is, if we don't go to that crossroads, either other option gets us into a really long street.
Yep.
With a long sight line.
It's true.
Well, no, it's like what we would do, for example, is, if we went immediately to our right, rather than going down into the street, we would slightly detour upward.
And then that's a pretty long...
So basically here, I've just updated the map. There are 3 NPC token. These are the three quickest way to get to where you want to go. You can go at the 6-way street. You can go next to the wall to the NPC token there, or you can go up to the other token there. From that point, it is a straight line to where you want to go, no matter what. From those 3 points. Unless you want to make a large token.
I'd rather take the 6-way than the long sight line.
You'd rather take the 6-way? I almost would vote for the wall, because there would, house cover along the wall, but...
Okay, but, what do you mean by that? You can see the houses there. Right? You can see on the map.
Yeah, but remember, we were, in a house.
There's
more cover against the wall than there was...
I'd like to remind you that you're in a chase scene. So unless you give me an option in the next 5 seconds, I'm going to assume that you spent an entire turn arguing where you're going.
Wall.
Okay, so
I'd say wall.
All right,
wall.
All right, quick. All right, I'm outvoted.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You decide to go down.
We got 2 wall 1. We all
I
just
hate
shouted
that,
out
but
an option.
I hate that, but that's where audience is running, so I guess I'm following.
Well,
it.
it's not. I'm not running. I just we all let's all say we all said something, and that was what the party decided. What Toby and I decided.
Wall. 6-way street.
All right.
Up.
Audience said wall. Tobiyashi said wall. Remy said not wall, because I don't know what he would say. Fisher.
My vote would have been going up because I think the detour would have been worth it.
Okay, so
but
probably Remy would have said up, because he can't say we go. Fisher, you can either create a tie and
the
leave
six.
the...
No, I would have said the 6-way.
Oh, jeez.
So we're going to the wall, because that's where they're running.
That's where we got the most people saying, okay.
Yeah. Audience response to Remy is it's not time to fly, Remy, and to Fisher, it's not time to be thinking dirty thoughts, Fisher.
6-way. Everyone just run in a direction.
I think
Fisher doesn't get the joke.
Well, I think Remy would, and he'd probably want to say something like, that's a gangbang, that's not a 6-way.
Okay, we're going to the wall, I guess.
I want to have that moment where Remy thinks about it and he starts counting the holes in people.
But then he gets to Tobiyashi and is like, throws his hand up in the air.
Success!
Many old Jesus.
Damn! Tobiyashi, you saved the day by creating how you can possibly create a 6-way.
Yep.
Oh, I don't want to know what that creature's gonna look like. So, you go down 1 toward the wall. Okay.
A draconic soul sorcerer warforged.
Yeah, but just their lower part. Alright, so you go down once. Go toward the wall. And then once again, as you arrive in this larger area where there's ample space where you... Well, ample. A little bit more space where you can be seen. So,
Well, we could go down, right down, but then that leads us to another.
well, it's downright down. It's going to lead into the 6-way. And you
Yeah,
didn't
that's
want to
true.
do that.
So I guess we're just going down. Okay.
Alright.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. Do you not see we're running right into the sight line of the 2 possible
We're fine.
views?
How many tokens did I put on top of one another? Alright.
It's okay. We're on the wall.
Well, you're next
Again,
to
I
the
didn't
wall.
want to go anywhere near the 6-way.
That's rare for Remy to say.
Also, think about it. This gives us a direct sprint line if we need to sprint the rest of the way to our extraction.
Yeah, I say we just book it. We just gotta run, guys.
If we are soon.
As you're moving down toward the wall, you have this brief moment where you think, okay, and this is where people are going to be. So there's that, oh shit, yeah. One of you made noise in the street right next to where you are. Ah, damn. And you look in the street and you see a whole group of people arriving. But fortunately, and this is when it's fun.
As long as they're not a beholder.
No, actually, this is where it's fun because all of my dice roll actually works together. Because just as you turn around and see that you're about to fall into this group of Illithid and Slod walking, because the street next was a bit the bigger one, the poor guy that is still confused because it hasn't been 10 minutes actually failed but rolled a 10, which means he regains the ability to do something. And so you hear somewhere else just... "Ah!" And you see that whole patrol turn around and starts walking away.
All right, book it, guys.
And this is why audiences always said it's better to be lucky than smart. 'Cause he's not one of those.
So the roll was a 19 on the dice, which means it would have been 22 because there were illithid in there. But the re-roll was a grand total of 7. So
Alright. Well, I guess let's move along the wall towards our extraction.
Alright, so that patrol left.
Okay.
I mean, it's basically a straight shot for us, so we're just going towards our extraction now.
Alright, so I will have to roll 3 times as you're arriving. So from there, the first corner. Okay.
Oh, I'm holding my action to geyser somebody.
Actually, no, Toby, I'm gonna hand you the rope of climbing. I'm gonna be like, you're faster than us. If anyone sees us, your job is to sprint in front of us, get the rope up, and then we'll climb up behind you.
Okay. Sounds good.
Essentially, Ajin says, here, you're the backup plan, which makes sure we all survive. Go.
Yep. Drop the rope. Start running. No,
Drop the rope!
no, I go over there.
All right, you sprint. Try and get the rope where it needs to be. You see everyone else walking down, a bit scared of what's going to happen. Remy, you keep on throwing noises in adjacent alleys. And Tobiashi, just as you're arriving, you get there, all right? You jump on top of on the building, the small house. Pull up throw out the rope. You see the rope just snaking its way, connecting. You look around. You tell everyone to come. You see them all arriving. Just as they're arriving, you see a group of Slod appearing behind them and starting to move in your direction.
Damn.
They're behind them, maybe 60 feet away. There's that brief moment of, damn, we've been seen. And then you have the... Hey, hold on. Come on, guys, hurry up. You can make it. You can make it. Just run, damn it.
Alright. We'll run.
All right. Well, because you
didn't
didn't...
realize is Remy's been running in high heels this whole time.
Well, because you haven't been running all of that time, that you're just starting to run again now, I am not going to make all of you do a constitution roll. Because you've had time to catch your breath. You've been stealthing, so you are even moving slightly slower. What I will do is strength roll. See if you manage to stay in front of them. Fortunately, Remy, even if you roll low, because you have your cunning action, you can actually catch up with everyone because you can book it really fast if you need to.
Athletics or strength? Sorry.
Athletic if you have it, strength if you don't.
Okay.
Not 20.
Damn!
Good, because I got the opposite in that one.
Oh, no.
Hell.
Which is still a 10, because I have a pretty good athletics roll. But...
Remy?
I mean, it makes me feel bad because I actually rolled a 17 on the die, but that still makes me a 15.
Onak?
Ogonek managed a... Hold on, what's his constitution? Strength... 15. So what can he do to help you? Does he have? No, he doesn't. All right. Well.
Audience pulls his groin on the first step. Just instantly just pulls his groin. Just hobbling.
And he just starts. That was an athletic roll. So your shirt rips as you let out a scream of pain as you have this. You just can't run.
I knew I should have stretched. God damn it. No.
So, obviously, with a natural 1, you can barely move. Tobiyashi, from where you are, you see Remy having a little bit of difficulty picking up the speed, but because he can move so much, he just reaches the wall rather quickly. Fisher, it just seems like he teleported. There was this moment where he was there, and then you just heard... And
It's
here.
like a bunch of smoke. Just
Actually, that's a good point. Can I, speaking of teleporting,
Misty Step.
can I use Vortex Warp to teleport audience?
Oh. Hold on. In what book is this? Is Vortex Warp again?
It's a Tasha spell.
It's
yeah. It's through Terranad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, that if you go a certain distance, then you can actually vortex warp audience ahead of you.
Yeah. Because it's got a range of 90 feet, and it's someone within range, and I can put them anywhere I want on a surface within range.
Oh,
So,
I have to succeed a Constitution saving throw.
no. You can
Oh, I can purposely fail it. I see.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's in Tasha? I can't find it in Tasha.
Strixhaven?
I think it's...
Strixhaven.
Yeah.
Strixhaven.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
It's not Tasha,
yeah.
it's Strixhaven.
Sorry, my
I was
bad.
gonna say. Yeah, I thought it was a
Strixhaven.
newer book then.
I mean, well, really, there hasn't really been with the exception of.
Yeah, that's fair.
many
There's a
things.
good assumption.
Nope, it's Strixhaven.
how long have you had that? What the hell?
He got it from last level.
Not that long. Yeah.
Yeah, last level.
Yeah, it is space. The target must succeed in a saving throw, or the target is teleported to another space of your choice. The chosen space must be on a surface or in a liquid that can support the target without them having to squeeze. Yeah, you can. I don't see anything that would suggest you can't use it on audience.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I just take off. Hear audience go, my quad, and then spin around and teleport him as far as I can forward.
All right. Let's see what's in there. I target teleported to another guy. The chosen space. The target is 6. Hold on. It's just on another creature you can see within range. Succeed to another space of your choice that you can see within range. Okay. Oh wow.
So I can get him farther if I'm already past him.
Oh yeah, and not only that, but it's a first level spell. I know it's a second level
a second
spell. Oh, you don't have third level spell. Sorry, never mind. I was looking for something.
Or I do have third level slots, so
You can use one to increase even further how far you can throw him. Basically, you can.
yeah, why not?
You can basically throw him directly onto the battlements.
Yeah.
If you use a third level spell.
I'll use a. I have. It's through Terranad, so I have to use his spell points to cast it. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I do have enough. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I will do that.
So audience,
And then somehow you still vortex warp him onto something that hurts his groin even more.
He does the splits.
Woo! All right, so you
Hey, good news, I did have all the books, though, so the mission is technically successful.
now audience, he takes the rope and sacrifices everyone.
Well, guys, good mission. Glad I succeeded, but, I do want all the credit, so... yoink! No, I'm kidding.
All right, with this, yeah, Fisher, you turn around, you vortex warp him all the way top of the wall. You just hear this thud as he falls to the ground. Not a large fall because you can't take damage, otherwise the spell won't work. So it's really just maybe a few inches off the ground that he reappears. And, well, because it's the rope nature, everyone else moves up easily. Tobiashi, you find yourself up. Remy, Fisher. All right, that's impressive.
Audience will prep an action to, when the last person's up, to quickly destroy the rocks so the barrier goes back up.
Okay.
And take down the rope.
Well,
Take
yeah.
down the rope.
That was your job, Tobiashi. What did you do?
I left it out.
I mean, if the barrier was up, it wouldn't matter if the rope was up, because they just hit the barrier, but...
Yeah. All right. You pull the rope out, and you find yourself on top of the battlement. Interesting way of getting through this. I was expecting a lot more screaming and running away from beholder fire. And you managed to prevent Arunak from sacrificing himself twice.
Nice. Only my cat died, per usual. But this one wasn't even my fault. It got stunned.
Now that when we go back to the future, Magna's gonna be warned that you're gonna do that.
You have that moment of, oh, that's why she wasn't all thrilled to see me the first time we saw each other. Oh, okay. Now I know why.
She was like, oh, and so it's happened. The stories I've heard about. My nightmare begins.
Alright, so you find yourself on top of the battlement. A bit tired, a bit exhausted, but everyone is in one piece. Tobiashi has a splitting headache. And audience's pride has been just a little bit bruised, but that's okay. It's just bruised. It's not injured. It's just a little.
Audience is like, oh, it was just a cramp, guys. My bad, it was just a cramp. He's just doing the thing where he like whacks his
And
leg.
the most important part, I
Yeah.
got a cramp. Don't worry.
I'm cramped up, guys. Anyone got a banana? Oh, God.
You need to drink more water. I'm telling you, just holy water this whole time. It has salt in it. You can't just drink holy water.
I'm potassium deficient.
All right. Well, I think we're late for a break, so we're going to take our break and we're going to come back from there. Now you got everything. Hold on. Music. Marsh sounds. And be back in 15 minutes. Bye. Hello, welcome back. Do not worry, we did not forget about you. Well, we almost did, but we didn't. So, feel pride in this. But we're missing 2 players. Apparently, audience was audience just woke up from being stunned by falling on the parapet of the walls. Now, the only one that hasn't recovered is Tobiashi, who's laughing hysterically at the fact that audience made a split as he was falling on the parapet. It's just like Tobiashi was hit by Tasha's hideous laughter. We're gonna give him a chance. He's got a broken arm. So, Well, we don't know if he got a broken arm, but he's got a pretty injured arm. So.
I'm here.
Aha! You're back. We were saying that you were hysterically laughing at audience because he made the split when he came back from the warped transportation.
Oh.
So that's why you were like, because you were laughing yourself unconscious. Oh, we don't need marsh. Alright, so you are back in relative safety. Well, for the next day and a half of the walls. So, as you're all there collecting yourselves, Tobiashi holding back laughter from audience because he just keeps finding excuses. No, it was just a cramp. It's just a cramp. Well, I'm good. See, I'm good.
It's all good.
Oxygen. I hate it when I stumble on my words when I'm trying to do that. Alright. So, as you're all there standing on the wall, guards looking at you, one of them just having this moment of, are you crazy guys? They've taken over this part of the city. There's nothing. Well, I hope you're proud of what you achieved. Whatever it was.
I think so.
When you say this, the guard rolled his eyes and he walks away.
All right.
It's probably
Good job, team.
It's probably something like noon. Time you took to get there, to get back, the search inside the library. It's just a little past noon.
Oh.
Once again, you're greeted by the impact on the barrier. The enemy is just pounding at the barrier. Anyone who knows anything about siege would probably say that this is pointless. Because once a barrier has been established to be strong enough to withstand being bombarded, it's just a waste of munition. But when you look outside, there's always this element of, well, yeah, they're wasting munition, they're sacrificing soldiers, but they don't seem to be lacking in numbers. So you have that element of desperation. You feel it. You were outside of the city. You sort of were busy on concentrating on surviving, but when you get back in and you see all the guards looking at you and some people on the ground floor looking at you standing triumphantly on the battlements, you sort of feel it again, this despair that so many people have right now. It's not that
I thought you were about to say we disappear. I was like, no way. No way.
oh no, the dream is starting to end. Bye.
Bye. Hope you find your dad.
We got the codes, so let's go figure out where we can teleport to, or bring them to the princess.
Yeah.
Well, she's queen now.
Oh, the queen. Because they probably
queen
will have better
says.
information of where these
The
portals
queen says.
actually lead.
All right.
All right.
You gotta start looking through the book.
All right.
Maybe I could get my cloak this time. My other cloak.
You can go get your cloaks, Toby. We still have some time, but if you're gonna get it, you might want to do it now while we have some downtime.
Where even is that guy? You think he's still arguing with the wizard?
No.
No, but the wizard probably knows where he is.
Dear Toby, I'm gonna hand Toby my dwarven or my mug that can fill with any amount. Oh no, wait, you have to attune to it. Never mind. Never mind, Toby. That won't help you get your cloak.
All right. I guess I'm gonna go look for him, starting with the wizard.
Fisher, where do you go?
The wizard probably.
The wizard should be done within a few hours. So it's gonna be the moment where you should try this thing of throwing people inside.
Mm-hmm.
Remy?
Honestly, one thing I was gonna do, I was gonna wait until closer to the evening of the day.
Okay.
So, it would probably be a good idea to check on Audience's fan club.
Audience, what do you do?
Audience is gonna try and stay on task for the primary directive, which was figuring out who was the feather. So he's gonna try and bring the genealogy books they all covered to someone intelligent. So
A wizard?
a wizard could be intelligent, but there's also someone who's studied. It's like one of the scribes, or maybe I don't know. I don't know if the wizard would be the best for this.
Well, if you're going about the idea of just books, you could technically try an archivist, which would have a good chance of being either in the castle or in a temple, because they would very often use monks to copy book, and some of them would actually understand what they're copying. So you'd have a choice.
I think I'd go to the archivist because the wizard's already busy with a bunch of stuff, and I want to. Yeah, I'm going to try and, because we got all this good information, I want to see if we can kind of figure out from all the books we got or picked up, if we can figure out who actually is the feather. So I'd head to an archivist to help me with that, since Audience is not that great at reading books himself.
All right. So I guess, and with that, I guess you're also going to deliver the books to, for the gate address.
Well, the gate address I'm giving to the people going to the wizard, because that would be more the wizard
Okay,
and the queen.
So
Yep.
Fisher is going to the wizard. Tobiyashi, you're going to the wizard also? Remy's going to see the fan club of Audience, and Audience is going to go see the scribe. All right.
I know, very weird for Audience. He's going to get...
A lot of firsts.
Yeah.
I guess since if Audience says he's going to go visit a scribe, Ramey's actually going to give Audience the books that Ramey collected.
All right. I have this here. Dream Book Library.
Figured that, somebody else could.
Okay. So you took description of magical object, dragon mineral in the Misty Isles, elven ritual, and an almanac of magical objects. Those are the books you collected.
And if nothing else, maybe the scribe would have a better method of handling these books without them immediately disintegrating.
Okay.
Because there was a bit of an issue with that.
All right. Well, interesting. So you're basically all going roughly in the same direction, but at the last time, you're just going to split in a bunch of direction. It's probably the first time that it happens. So you probably have that moment where, well, we got a bit of time. So go do your things, audience says, and you all start walking. And after 5 or 6 steps, you're realizing you're all walking in the same direction.
I'm suddenly thinking of like, like in the, like the at the end of like the second Pokemon series, where it's like they all split away on like 3 separate roads. But wouldn't it be super awkward? It's just like it's like, well, goodbye guys, and they all start going down the same road.
Where are you going? All right. So you walk for a while, maybe 20, 30 minutes until you get to the castle itself. You enter and you only make a few steps inside of the castle, where audience would probably ask a guard where the archivist is. Tobiashi and Fisher, you know where the mage is, so no problem with this. And Remy, through a good amount of miming, describes that he wants to see a scribe. Although technically you have an abundance of imagery from your less than pleasant past that could probably make someone understand exactly what you're looking for. I'm curious, which image would you choose? Minor illusion, exactly what you want? Or do you want to avoid that subject at all cost?
I'm not sure if in the middle of our dream adventure is the appropriate time to unpack all of that.
Well, I'm just wondering, what would you, which way would you choose to signal that you want to have a scribe? The long way or the quick way, which might bring back memories?
I think he would start with the long way, and then if the intelligence check that they're making isn't good enough,
I rolled a 3, so you get traumatized.
All right.
Yeah, they go, oh, right, I know people like this. Here, follow me.
Joy to the world, the Lord hath come.
Fortunately, when you arrive, you realize it's not exactly what you showed. They're not Kenku slaves. They're just transcribing material. So you easily find a scribe, which doesn't seem too busy. And he looks at you for a brief moment. What exactly do you want me to do?
So it's like Raimi carefully pulls out one of the more sensitive books. Like, broke my leg.
Oh, are you all right? He looks at your face and says, oh, okay. That's not actually for you. The book broke its leg?
So Raimi shakes his head.
Okay. Someone broke his leg.
So where can I find the nearest bathroom?
Oh, no, that's right. That's not what you're asking. So, do not make everyone wait for an hour while you try and figure out how this guy is going to... I'm going to have you roll an intelligence roll, and that's going to tell me how long you're going to take to to make the poor guy
Everybody else will have their
understand.
business done by the time Amy's done. Hold on.
I don't want to spend the rest of the stream.
Interpret a 12, I guess.
Oh, jeez. Remy, your patience is being tested. You feel the urge to kill someone at one point. You have that reflex of trying to reach for the pacifism knife and realize that this is not Tobiashi. He's not going to react the same way if you stab him. Anyway, you might kill him temporarily if you do that. But eventually, after a straight hour and a half of trying to figure out and following him and him thinking he understands what you mean and taking you to a place and then you realizing, no, that's not it. Eventually, he understands the broad concept of what you want, which is...
He wants to be able to garner information from these books without accidentally destroying that information in the process.
All right. So for anyone wondering why Tobiashi is immobile right now, he just sent me a message saying that he's in the power out. So broken arm, power out. He's living through all the best things. All right.
Sometimes life is just wonderful.
You have all the luck. All right. Okay, so he looks at you for a brief moment and says, well, I mean, yeah, there's probably something I can do, but we're pretty busy trying to create a small library of books that hopefully is going to be saved. We're rushing to copy anything we can. I don't know how much we can do in a day.
Remy just raises his hand. I volunteer as tribute.
I wonder where he got that.
And as if perhaps to demonstrate, just picks up a piece of parchment and just maybe he has like a book open off on the side and just immediately starts writing very deftly and quickly.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's actually pretty good. That's that's pretty easy to read. Right. All right. All right then. If you want to help us as best you can, go to the desk over there, and someone's gonna bring you 5 or 6 books. Don't worry, we don't think you will be able to copy down everything. Focus on the important things, the text. If the images are important to the text, you can try and copy them. If they're not, then just leave them. Do as much as you can. He takes.
Amy gives the talent up.
He leans in a bit closer, and he adds, anything you can write might be something that you save from our civilization. Do your best.
No pressure.
Well, from his point of view, it's pretty accurate. All right. Make a copying roll. Let's see how much material you manage to transcribe.
Like what role would you make that exactly?
Observation. I'd go with investigation because you're paying very close attention and trying to duplicate any detail that you can see.
Yep. Uh, 25.
All right. Well, you actually work faster than any other person can actually match. You start with small books. You start writing down, and easily you sort of notice that one or two person have taken a notice of you, how you write down these books, and very impressive. So for the next few hours, as someone else tries to handle your book and does its best to repair the book so that it can be used. You see a few moments, in a few occasions, you just look up and see this person in the desk not far away from where you are, maybe 20 feet away, and just using a little bit of magic, very delicately trying to weave something together, trying to reinforce the books. Okay. All right. Fisher, it's been a while since you did anything. I'm gonna go with you. Too bad Tobiashi's not there. Alright. So you
Yeah, they're going to the wizard.
Yeah. You go to the wizard and he looks really busy. Oh yeah, that's right. Tobiashi is going to try and find his cloak. I think that's all he was trying to do. Going to the wizard first and then trying to find his cloak. Is that it?
I think so.
Okay.
Cloak was definitely on his mind.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So you both arrived there. Tobiashi asked where the dwarf arguing was, and there's a brief moment where you have to listen to the negative impression that the wizard have of the dwarf, along with a few quick pass at the fact that dwarves are so inept with magic that they should be banned from even entering a wizard tower, and so on and so on. And eventually Tobiashi gets his information and he leaves you alone with the wizard. You get the impression that he has a bad past with dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
Wizard looks at you for a brief moment. What are you still doing there? Didn't I tell him where the dwarf was?
What? I'm not going with him.
Oh, you're not. Okay, never mind. That's right, I forgot. You're supposed to be able to decide yourself.
Oh, I forgot. You're a huge asshole.
Oh, at least I have an asshole. So,
Are you? Never mind. Weird brag.
It's like, oh, I'm so great. I can
I
make
have to
disgusting
poo.
things come out behind me.
Yeah, so we found some teleport destinations or addresses.
oh, that's a.
I hold up the book.
Oh, you actually went there, and you came back.
Yeah. Wow, we're competent? Amazing. Who could have thought?
I'd lean toward lucky. But hey, maybe one of you was competent. Who knows?
I'll take it.
Right. Interesting. Well, there's a good collection of address. Okay. Well, some of them can be used. Once the barrier falls, we're going to be able to use magic. It leads outside, so it's going to be a close one, but alright. Well, that will definitely be useful.
Is the book, does it like say like where the addresses go to? Or is it just like phone numbers, basically?
No, there is a description. The way that I'm seeing this, there's maybe a grand total of um, 25 to 30 address in there. On one page, there is the drawing for essentially the address itself, and on the other page is a description of the location where it's going, and when was the last time that it was used. So there is a decent amount of information, but as he's going through the pages, he sort of has these moments of, nah, I can't go there, can't go there, that's unusable, that's been destroyed. That's in enemy territories. We can't try this one. Yeah, maybe this one. We were at war with them before all this started. I don't know if we'd be welcome here. He looks at you. Well, war, you know what I mean. Let's just say that no one migrated to their island chain. War is difficult with the ocean that is right now. And that is an element of the of this world. War between island chain is difficult. So it's more or less bad blood that accumulates between island chains. Sometimes there are skirmishes inside of an island chain, but it rarely escalates to the point of war. So unless a kingdom is very rich and can afford sending troops through a flying airship, war is pretty rare. You'd find them more in the equatorial region, where humans, elves, and dwarves have their main island chain, entire island chains, where it's nearly only that you find. Only humans, only elves, only dwarves. They have so much more means than everyone else.
What if everybody was Great Britain?
So yeah.
All right. So, are we able to put together a list of not terrible options?
Well, yeah. If you wait there and you watch him do this, he's probably gonna find a total of maybe 12 address that are potentially usable. A lot of them haven't been used in a long while, so the only way you're actually going to know is if you go down into the laboratory that is under the castle and try the address, see if it connects. But as long as the barrier is up, nothing's going to connect. So it's gonna be a bit of a gamble. But yeah, small selection. Took maybe a good hour to get through all of the material you brought back. I thought, well, I hope someone's gonna have a chance of getting out of this alive with this. Well, that was a nice distraction. Now time to get back to whatever we were doing.
Full drum.
Yes. The gems to receive the souls are ready. I have them over there. Finishing the process to try and transfer these people from the gem inside of the world gem. We're gonna need someone to meditate and do this, so we're gonna need one extra person.
Can it be anybody?
Oh, well, anyone that is
Good at meditating?
competent enough to meditate. Who are you going to volunteer?
Oh, my monk friend does a lot of meditation stuff.
Yeah, could probably be a good. Could probably work. Do you want him to know the exact danger in what he's about to do if he does this? Or it's just better if he doesn't know anything about this.
How about you tell me what the exact danger is, and then I'll decide for it.
Well, we're playing with crystals, which are pretty volatile to start with, which has been infused with volatile magic, and the goal is to throw all of that energy as it is being used inside of a gem made to receive a huge amount of energy. So basically, we're trying to blow stuff up and gather the energy before it becomes lethal and throw it inside of a gem, where hopefully it's going to absorb it and not obliterate everyone that's in the room. If it doesn't go well, let's just start with if it goes well. You got the equivalent of 20 household of people thrown inside the gem in a place which most likely your friend is going to choose. And if it doesn't, well, we're all transformed into ground meat and a handful of gravel inside of a charred room. And hopefully his soul doesn't get stuck inside a gem. If the gem survives.
Well, yeah, I should probably let him know about that. We'll dumb it down, though.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let you prepare this with him, and by the time you come back, I think we'll be ready. I am going to need a second hand, and since you're the only one in here who actually knows what we've been doing, I'm stuck with you. You're the backup plan. If something goes wrong, well, hopefully you've understood enough what's happening to make sure that nothing goes wrong permanently.
I got it. All right.
Good luck.
Do some. Yeah. I guess I'm gonna head off to find Toby.
Yeah. So you found Tobiyashi, and because he's not there, he listens to you carefully. I think we're gonna let him decide if he actually wants to volunteer for this, or if he decides that audience should be the one who volunteers. All right. So, we go with you, audience. You were bringing the book to
For the books.
someone who might be able to interpret all of this and raw information and give you confirmation that this is most likely the feather, or it's the other one. So, you ask a few guard. You're being led to a chamber where you find a group of 5 or 6 monks frantically trying to wrap as many documents as they can inside of a huge scroll case, which shimmers when you enter. So you have sort of that moment of, oh yeah, they're playing with magic. Nice.
Nice.
When you enter, one of the monk stops and looks at you and, are you lost? Can we help you?
I am not lost, and I do believe you can help me. Would you say you guys are the best scribes in the city that is left?
You hear one, and you hear another one. Just, yes, we are. Exactly as you said it. We are the best one left.
Cool. Well, that makes you the best. Lucky me, I found you. So,
You hear someone says, I've never been the best.
I have these books here, and I'll pull out the books that I recently recovered from the library, and I need to know some information from them. I would like to know whether, to the best of your abilities, if you could tell me from all the information gathered here, if you believe either the queen or the protector of the city is most likely a white feather given down, a magical white feather given down from a dragon.
And how are we supposed to do this with the information you're giving us?
Well, you see, I have this. Well, most of the stuff we gathered was regarding around genealogy, and the king, we figured out, seems gathered a favor from one of the dragons who can give a skill like this or grant a wish, basically. Now, what we were trying to figure out from most of the information that we gathered was whether we thought that the wish he made was for a daughter, in which case it would have been the princess, or for a protector for his daughter, in which case it would most likely be the protector of the city. Now, I was trying to figure this out through figuring out whether, through this information, if the queen was potentially unable to have a child, or something else was at play that caused this. And I think that's the information you should be able to find in these books.
Well, the queen was rumored to be unable to bear children. A lot of people thought that the line would end there, and it would be the king's brother who would take over the line, and this little miracle happened. Well, there's a lot of information about each lineage. Maybe there's information we can deduce the information you want with this.
I think to focus on the stuff regarding just the king and queen I don't think you need to go too much further back, or just around that. The princess, the king, the queen, and maybe at most one generation back from there would be all you would have to look at.
Right. All right. Well, how dexterous are you?
Decently.
Good. Let's make a deal. You help us wrap as many of all that is in that bookshelf over there inside of that scroll case, and I'm gonna take one of my companion and we're gonna go through all the information you got.
Okay. Sounds good.
Don't tear the pages.
I will not. I've never been known to harm a book in my life.
Roll deception.
Well, I want to say, yeah, sure, roll deception. And then after that, roll dexterity.
Okay. Well, the deception was pretty good. It was a 17.
Right. Dexterity would be sleight of hand, but I don't think you're proficient, so dexterity.
I don't think I am either. A 16.
Okay, well, that's pretty good average. You're as good as a competent peasant.
There's no way a peasant on average is getting a 16.
That's why I say a competent. It's a peasant with
Oh, yeah. Okay,
proficiency.
Not a skilled peasant, a competent one.
fair. Yeah, that would be fair.
All right. So,
I said pretty good. I didn't say amazing at dexterity.
well, that's enough of what they're doing. They're just trying to save as many of the information as they have inside of this
All right.
scroll case, so it's
Well-
more than adequate.
I will help them.
All right. So while you're doing this, and again, they're also taking a little bit of time trying to go through all of this, reading as fast as they can, reading a bit in diagonal from time to time, looking at the genealogy and
We got, what was it, the genealogy books and what other books?
accomplishment of the realm,
Yeah,
adventures, of heroes of the of this realm. Well, takes them an hour and a half, nearly 2 hours. Eventually, you see the two of them closing one of the books, and they just look at one another, and they look like they might have found something that's slightly troubling. That look in their eyes of, oh God, should we say something? In their eyes.
Alright. Seeing that, I'd go up to him and says, "It seems like you found something."
You startle them just a little bit. Yes, maybe. Who exactly is going to benefit that information?
The queen. And everyone, actually.
So,
Also the guardian.
who are you gonna tell about this?
Nobody but probably the queen and the guardian.
They both look at each other, and you see it in their eyes. It is obvious, even for you, they are torn.
I'll look at them and be like, "I promise. This is for the best of those intended. I would never do anything to harm either the queen or the guardian." I'm only trying to help them.
One of them eventually, after a good 2 or 3 minutes of silence, of awkward silence, it's just that the queen is always so honest. And this is gonna put doubt in her mind. We don't want to hurt her. She's helped us so much. She's saved so much, and she is always trying to do best, to do better. Well, we can't give you a guarantee. We can only tell you a few things that we've discovered, which hopefully can help you finish the rest of that awkward decision that you may face. So, it looks like you have ground to doubt that one of them is actually what they are. But you also have ground to doubt both of them.
Yes.
We've found through the genealogy of the royal family. As far as everyone could tell, the queen was not fertile. There was no records of an actual miscarriage at any point. Everyone thought that it was just that she couldn't bear the children, but according to this, she never even fell pregnant. Until one day, the rumor starts spreading that she is. In her youth, the queen, the late queen, contracted a magical disease, left over from a curse that was placed on the royal couple, which should leave a mark down the road, if you understand what I mean. If the queen really is the late queen's daughter, there is a strong chance that she has a magical birthmark somewhere on her body. There is no record of this, but then again, you didn't bring medical history. You just brought genealogy.
That's fair.
You hear the other guy say, hey, good luck with that. I'm sure the queen will gladly undress herself in front of her guards and you. The one who was talking to you, shut up.
If only we knew
Okay,
somebody really gay that wouldn't even.
Yeah. If only there was someone I knew who would definitely not have, who the queen knew was very, no.
Yeah.
Or an automaton who had no sexual desire at all.
Yeah, because I was about to say, no, of course, the gay is the perfect choice. You know, the one who can take a mental picture and show it to everyone with crystal clarity. Absolutely, he's the best choice.
However, I could go with Fisher, who has no sexual desire at all.
What's that?
But here's
Okay, so what you're saying is if the queen has a magical birthmark, you believe she is the feather, but if she does not,
No, if she has the magical birthmark, it means
Oh,
that
she-
she really is the daughter of the queen.
oh, okay, got it.
But here is the other kicker. Through the accomplishment of a variety of heroes. And this is what has us puzzled. And he shows you the book, he shows you the story itself, and he starts dictating a few passages from the book, where essentially what is written is that one of the hero of the realm did a great favor for a god, and the god demanded more. And so what the hero did to follow the will of the god, even though he had done so much, was to find a way to create a breach inside of the protection of the castle, allowing the god to create an avatar for one night to try and be with the queen, the late queen. So here's the problem with this story. If she doesn't have the mark, it may not mean that she is a feather. It may mean something even worse. That she's not the legitimate queen of the land, but actually the daughter of a god. Essentially, she'd be a half-god, which would remove her from the throne, but then make her one of the most dangerous people you could ever meet.
What god was it? Just wondering. Like, how worried should I be about this?
It was a frivolous god. One that found merit in the idea of impregnating a woman who should be infertile. So it's not exactly clear, but it is most likely a lust god.
Okay. That's not. Okay. How would one... That's a question for the wizard. Never mind. Thank you for your time. I will be going. I'm gonna go head to the wizard because I want to ask about how to tell the differences between different types of magic, because there should be a difference between the type of magic that a dragon would give off and the type of magic that a god would give off.
Okay.
And if there was a way to sense that.
Yeah, no, especially and a god of lust would also have an element of being vain. So, and a sacred dragon would be inherently good, as a lust god would at best be neutral. So there is a fundamental difference in the type of energy that
Have I ever used divine sense around the princess?
In our excursion during the first stream because we were traveling around with her. I'm pretty sure you were using your ability to help us navigate around dangers.
Okay.
However, probably worth noting, though, that she could very well have on her person been wearing an item that actually shields her from that sort of magic. So
That is
unlikely, but throwing that out there.
as
And
fair as
a
well.
god like this would have wanted to be able to brag, so there's a chance that there is a divine protection on her, preventing someone from easily figuring it out.
Cool. So now I have to ask not only the princess to strip for Fisher or Remy to see if there's a birthmark, but if she could be then have that birthmark examined wherever it is on her person for a certain type of magic. Great. That's not an awkward conversation I'm going to have. Let's go ask the wizard, though, first, if there's a way to tell the difference, since audience wouldn't really know that. And that also gives me an excuse to be back up with the rest of the party.
Yeah, Fisher, who's roughly about to leave, and Remy, who transcribed book for a good amount of time, and eventually after, let's say, something like 2 hours, which would just put everyone back together at the same moment, you know, Fisher finding Kobayashi, talking, and so roughly about 3 hours in the work, audience having time to get so we're gonna be back with everyone together. Remy, after several hours of copying, you know, you managed to copy 2 small books completely. You even left a few drawings. Everyone is impressed.
One was an anatomy book.
Dragonborn anatomy. So you had invested. You were invested in making it perfect. Oh no! Yeah, someone there who's look at this. Wasn't the dragon there a blue dragon? Why is it a bronze dragon? It feels like I've seen this guy somewhere. Alright. So, you see someone arriving and handing you the book you just left. And, well, that's the best I could do with the time I have. Now, I've mixed a few things together. I've used mend to repair the things inside the book which could be repaired easily. Unfortunately, there were some magical element inside the book, so not everything is going to go the way you want it, I think. But here, anyway, the books have been physically restored. Unfortunately, some pages have found themselves to be mostly blank, because it can restore things to what they were, but if the page had been damaged, if the it can't just restore what was written on it. It would restore the book itself to its perfect condition, but not necessarily the individual component, which is why they had to work on the cover and then the books. So some passages, unfortunately, are apparently lost. But at least you can now look through the book without fear of it crumbling into pieces. He does warn you. We've put a magical spell on it to make that wrapping that you gave us. I think it was old piece of cloth, maybe a cloak or a bed sheet, something like this. We've enchanted it so that it helps keep the book in good order, because to be quite honest, one book, and he shows you the book talking about this draconic mineral. There were magical elements inside, so the book was a bit gruesome, I have to admit. The binding of the book was made with tendons from, I'm not sure which creature. I'd say he turns toward another guy, and both of them wore the same a bee. Started with basilisk tendons. I really don't know why someone would use this, but it has lost most of its magical property by now. So, still giving this to you. Just be careful. If you drop the book without the wrapping, you're gonna find yourself with a whole lot of pages everywhere. And I don't know why, but the person who wrote the book did not put numbers on the pages, so that's gonna be interesting figuring out what goes first. But here's our best attempt.
Raby gives a talent up.
Right. Oh, got to get back to our own transcribing. It was interesting meeting you, sir. We had heard a little bit about you from before. It's interesting to know that not everything was exaggerated.
And then in the back of their head, I wish something else was. Referring to a couple hours ago. The Raby kind of like imitates like tipping his hat.
Of course. Yes, you're about to leave. One of them comes closer to you and says, actually, sir, could you do us a favor? And he turns around and points toward all of the transcribers that are in the room, and they're all gathered together. You have a very good memory. Could you take a long look at us and remember us, please, when you leave?
Sharing a look of understanding, I think he would nod.
They all move together. Some of them look emotional, and they all look at you, trying to smile. You get this odd impression of a group trying to be taken in a picture. And after maybe a minute, one of them just, thank you, and please survive, and remember us. And they slowly go back to what they were doing. It's the eve of destruction. Literally. Tomorrow the barrier goes down and most of their culture disappears.
And they don't even know about the meteor coming down.
All right. With this gruesome request, Remy goes back to meeting the group. And I guess next episode we're gonna enact the weird conversation between Fisher and Tobiashi. Because probably the first thing that's gonna happen as audience enter the room where the wizard is, he's gonna look at you, audience, and he's gonna, I was expecting the monk, but I guess you're gonna do. Sit over there. We're just gonna wait for your companion to arrive.
What?
He did not wait for you to say something. He just blurted that out.
That's not why I'm here.
Oh. Figured he wouldn't be able to do something right. Why are you here?
I'm here because I want to know if there are ways to detect different magical. I mean, I'm pretty certain there's ways to detect different magical signatures, but if we could figure out a way to detect, or an object or device that could detect the magical signature between a divine dragon and a lust god.
He looks at you for a moment. Oh, you're serious?
Yeah.
And why?
Important reasons.
Yes, of course. You always think it's important. Let me be the judge of that.
No. It's personal.
It always is. The more you don't, do you realize that this is a conversation that I've had many times in my life. So I know the more you ask and the more you evade the question, the least chances there are that it's actually something that I want to do. Who are you trying to shame here?
I'm not trying to shame anyone.
Yeah,
I am trying to. No. Do you want me to recast? I'm not. You could look at me. I'm not telling a lie here. I'm not trying to shame anyone. I'm trying to detect whether there's a magical signature on the princess that consists of a divine dragon, or on the queen that consists of a divine dragon or a lust god.
Yes, of course. Because that's not going to be humiliating at all.
Well, I would ask her permission first. This wouldn't be like some hidden thing.
Oh. Why do I feel like this night is going to last 3 days?
Starting now.
Why would you even want to know that?
I'm going to give him basically a rundown of what I learned. And yeah.
Right. And which means that you're going to be the one possibly telling the queen that she's not the real heir to the throne. She's an imposter that's been there all her life. That she's the child of someone who manipulated her mother into sleeping with someone else than the king. And that all along she might have had the power to save everyone, but now it's too late because she would need a whole lot of training. You're going to be the one to put that on her shoulder.
To be fair, as a wizard, I thought it was your creed to know that the truth, while it can hurt, is never a bad thing. It is the lack of knowledge which is truly evil.
Yes. So you're gonna wait until you're outside of the castle and that she's safe before you tell her the result of this?
No, I was going to ask
Yes.
her permission to do.
So basically, you're gonna make sure that you give her a good slap before taking her through probably one of the most traumatizing moments of her life, and then feel like you did the right thing. You know, there is such a thing as doing the right thing at the right time.
Okay. We all might be dead within a couple days. There's not really going to be necessarily a right time later on, so...
So, what you're saying is that you're not confident you can actually save the queen? So what's your purpose
what
here?
I'm saying is we might be dead in a couple days.
Yes.
There was a strong might in there. And what I'm saying is it's better to put all the cards on the table now. And as if you knew the queen at all, you know she would never be someone to shy from the hard truths. In fact, she'd be far more angry to not have learned something than to not know it.
He leans in closer to you and says, I think I know the queen better than you, deserter. And I can tell you that telling her that she could have saved everyone if she had known right before she loses everyone will most likely kill her from the inside.
Well, that's not actually necessarily true, because just because you're the child of a god would not necessarily give her the power to have saved everyone. So I don't even agree with that statement. I know how avatars work, as I am a paladin, and trust me, I've seen the army outside. There's no necessary guarantee that an avatar would be able to handle what is outside these walls.
Hey, we have a raid. The halfling wizard that's just made a raid on us. I think this is the third time in our history that someone raids us. Hi, everyone.
I thought you were still talking in character for a
No,
second.
I just
was
realized
very
in the chat it
confused.
says the halfling wizard has raided us with 4 people. We've just been raided.
Alright. Now are you gonna help me or not?
And if I say no, are you gonna go whine to the princess to the queen that I did not help you?
No, but I will try and find someone else who will.
Yeah, of course, of course. Make a persuasion roll.
Uh, 27.
All right, fine. We're gonna start by making sure that you can get as many people safe as you can. Your friend went to get your monk to participate in this that we're going to do, which is infusing people inside of the gem you brought. And after that, I'll do my best to make some sort of divination tool which will help you, hopefully, figure this out. I will even do my best to stretch time during the night so I can finish this before you come back. Anyways, I'll have plenty of time to sleep when I'm dead.
That's the spirit.
Yes, of course. I just hope that you find nothing on this queen.
I hope so as well. It would actually make my job easier as well.
Just bear in mind that if you find nothing, you might be observed by a lust god who might suddenly find himself frustrated that his attempt failed.
Well, as they say, I have a list, and I could just write down another name.
I'll make sure that whatever object I give you in the morning can tell you which god exactly it was.
Okay.
Well, you can sit down here and wait for your friend to come back, or you can try and find him. He went...
I think if he's coming back anyway, I will just wait here.
Fine, sit in the corner over there and don't break anything.
Okay.
A few minutes later,
Art.
Remy probably arrives. He looks at you for a moment.
I'm gonna beckon Remy over.
I really hope that you're not the replacement for the monk.
Tilts head in confusion.
He's not. Audience says from the corner.
Alright. Get in the corner. What is this place? They're sending me
Cut the
people
tension in
to
this
watch-
room with a knife.
What?
I said I could cut the tension in the room with the butter knife.
When Remy comes over to sit next to me, I'll tell him what I discovered and what's going on and what we are gonna have to do.
What's
You can
Remy's...
go ahead and use this face as
That's what I'm gonna ask. What's Remy's reaction to this interesting story?
and just this face. But just imagine it with a beak. Really?
All right. Well, apparently Tobiyashi was not able to learn when the power would be back.
That's okay. We are already like 45 minutes over
Yeah,
the stream
no,
time.
that's okay. That's okay. Well, sorry for the Halfling Wizard joining us so close to the end. Thank you for rating us. Honestly, it doesn't happen that often. But that's really nice. That's really generous. Thank you. And that's going to be it for tonight. So, oh yeah, that's right. Crackling fire for end the stream. All right, so that concludes tonight's episode. Hope you had a pleasant, whatever part of the day it is, wherever you are in the world. Hope you'll be there next week next Wednesday or next Friday for the rebroadcast for our raiders. There is a rebroadcast of this, but it's for a more Eastern audience, so it's much earlier in the day. Eastern time, it's 7:30, so which means for the West Coast it's 4:30. Is that it? 3 hours difference between the East and West Coast.
Yep, 3 hours.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, so if you're in the West Coast, it's a bit early, but the rebroadcast is more for the Eastern audience. So you don't have to watch it again at 2 in the morning. And if you enjoy watching someone draw maps with a software on Thursdays, which is tomorrow, if you're watching this on Wednesday, I'm always there, and we are working right now on a very large map. I think that's entire schedule for now. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for rating. Remember, if you enjoy the show, you can support us by following us, leaving a like, leaving a comment, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. If you want to do more, you can make a donation, become a Patreon, subscribing on Twitch. All of these options, all of the information is below the window. You have links for every single one of them. And yes, if you want to make a donation, it's not written Drakenmemoria, it's written Jean-Sébastien Charbonneau, which is my name. But since a lot of people speaking English have trouble understanding how composite name works, this is why I never argue someone calling me Draken in English. But if you can't do any of those, but you still want to help, there is a very free thing that you can do, almost effortless also, and that's spreading the word of this channel. So, thank you for being here, see you next week, and as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Good night.
Tonight.